This is Smallsy Surgery.
My best friend dumped me!
I'm a reject!
I have a lazy kebab vagina!
The Emmy goes to Heartbreak High!
Heartbreak High.
Heartbreak High. Hi, my name's Ayesha Madon.
Hi, I'm Thomas Weatherall.
Another cursed school term.
Are we ready?
On the show tonight, two of my favourites from Heartbreak High Season 1, and they're back because Season 2, and the trailer has just dropped. Ayesha and Thomas, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thank you for
Thanks for
having
having
Look
us.
at you two famous superstars. Can I just, I've got to say, I've got to give everyone a little peek behind the curtain. When you guys were here for Season 1, like, you dragged yourselves in here, okay?
did.
You did. Like,
We
you literally
did, we
dragged
did,
us.
we
Today, the entourage is like, they are the stars of a breakout Netflix hit, let me tell you. How before we even get into how Season 2 is shaping up and what people can look forward to, how like blown away were you by, maybe I'll ask you, Thomas, were you blown away by how insane the reception was to Season 1?
Very blown away. I mean, I feel like I've said it a lot today, but finishing the show, I felt confident we had made something good and was really proud of the work, everything like that, and, you know, loved making the show with this team, but you never know how it's going to, how audiences are going to respond to it, how it's going to land, and I felt confident we'd have a bit of a following, or you know, people would enjoy it. But then for it to go bonkers the way it sort of did,
it's
was
so Australian too,
unexpected.
Aisha. Like it's like
Yes.
it's unashamedly Australian. And did you, when reception from around the rest of the world, what did your DMs look like? Were people like, are chicks really like this in Australia?
I mean, what I loved is sharing, like, there's this one tweet or whatever, X. What are you?
Yeah, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Ricky, what's his name? He's a comedian
Yeah.
online and he's hilarious. And he made this tweet that was like, shows need to be more grotesque, like Heartbreak High, like. And I was like, that's what I loved about sharing the grotesque part of Australian culture, like the swearing, how like it's just so gritty and just like not polite, which I loved sharing with the rest of the world.
You guys, now I don't want to tell everybody that I'm old, but you guys are much closer to have been at high school recently than I was, okay? How much, like after, because I only got to see the first couple of episodes before I spoke to you guys last time, and it really, there was a couple of turns in season 1. There's a few turns.
Early on.
How real is that high school experience? Could you relate to it in any way, or were you like, okay, this is a pretty wild high school? Like the elements, but this is far further than what happened at my joint.
I feel like it's really varied for who you talk to in the cast. But like, I went to a Catholic high school in Queensland, and it's not that far from it. I mean, I was
up.
Look,
Really?
I have to say, I was
Really?
a pretty boring kid at high school. I was a bit of a goody two shoes, but so I can't necessarily relate to a lot of the stuff they were doing, but it was definitely happening. And you know, the parties and all sorts of things. It didn't feel very far fetched to me at all.
I think my high school experience, we were like, there was more criminal activity, I think. And
Where did you go to school?
Well, in the western suburbs of Sydney.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, there was much more criminal activity, less so just the sexual nature. I feel like that's the one thing that, I mean, maybe I'm so old and a prude now that I was just like, wow, are they really doing this at school?
I don't know. Maybe it's like I just like wasn't getting any. But
this is what I felt like.
I was scared. Oh my gosh, I remember. Oh, I don't know if I should disclose this on.
Whatever. No, it's
radio.
okay. If you...
But I remember one time I was having a little hookup. With
Yeah.
someone, and then he pulled out a condom and I ran away because I was so
No,
scared.
good on you. And that's the right thing to do whenever a man brings that out. Run.
Yeah,
Just
I
run.
ran.
Just run. Season 2, April 11. It's dropping on Netflix globally. What can you give away? What can you tell me? What do we want to know?
I mean, we can't give away
Okay,
too
don't give
much.
anything.
I feel like someone from Netflix is watching as we speak. But
Are they?
There's a lot
We can
go.
mute them. We can mute them.
they can
It's
see
fine.
us.
Hi, Netflix.
No,
we're muting you.
Audiences
You're doing
can
great,
expect
sweetie.
I think a lot more heartbreak once again. But
Yeah.
I sort of think if you enjoyed the first season,
Yeah.
building off sort of the tropes we established and kind of the drama and the comedy, it's kind of just that on steroids, to be honest.
Yeah,
Everything's
nice.
a lot more serious, a lot more absurd. There's a bit of a more suspenseful, thrillery sort of
Okay.
plotline, maybe. So
I do think this season is substantially funnier than last season.
Okay.
What I love about this season is the writers have done like the most incredible job at just capturing the essence of all these characters and fusing them with all our personalities.
Nice.
And just the humor has just gone tenfold in this season. So
Now, how is your Hollywood stardom rise to fame going for both of you? Now, tell me, okay, who's going to be at the Emmys? Who's going to be at the Globes next year? Are we booking jobs? What can you tell me?
we'll see
this
what
is-
the Logies.
And what a great award show it is. No, but like, does it open doors? Do you find that you are flying to LA or doing auditions for things that you never... What are you laughing at, Thomas?
Yeah.
Why is he
I
laughing?
mean,
What did you...
it's
No,
an
sorry,
awkward
Thomas
thing
has
to
booked a
talk
job. What
about.
have you booked, mate?
He
What,
has.
you booked some fucking
we're
huge
going there, we're
movie.
going there, we're
I
going
have
there.
no comment.
What did you book? No,
Sorry,
okay,
Jacob
hang on.
Elordi, what?
Yeah, sorry.
Hey.
Wait, have you booked a job?
No,
Wow. Don't tell me what it is.
It definitely has opened doors, which is
Yeah.
nice. And that was another thing of I've been lucky to work pretty substantially and kind of steadily since then, which has
Yeah.
been great. But it was kind of a shock to me how wide-reaching the show was in
Yeah.
that kind of way. So,
But tell
no
me how big, what job,
complaints,
has he booked a big job? Has he?
It's public knowledge.
Okay.
It's public knowledge. He's. Can I hype you for a
Hype
second?
him, no, hype him because he's an actor and
I'm gonna
they're
leave
weird.
the room
You
briefly.
actors are weird because you don't like to talk up
Yes,
your stuff. I'll let you
yes.
go. That's why I'm here. Go. What is he booked?
Gorgeous Tom Weatherall
Yeah.
has just shot Narrow Road.
Yes.
With Jacob Elordi.
Yes.
And
now there was
yeah.
lots of chat about because you looked super skinny, but then everyone, but everyone thought everyone had an eating disorder on that show, but they
I
didn't
know.
realize that they were all like prisoner of war.
I know,
We did it
poor
very
Tom.
safely. We looked
Yeah.
after ourselves. It's all okay. A
Yeah.
lot of Heartbreak High fans thought I was sick. I'm
Yeah.
not sick. I'm
Yeah,
just
no, they
prepping
did.
for a
Everyone
role.
thought Jacob Elordi had got an eating disorder, but it was for a role.
I know it is a weird
Because that
industry. we're in,
taped
isn't
over
it?
summer, right?
Yeah,
Did you film
we
that over
shot
the summer break?
Kind
Yeah.
of had a break in the middle, lost more weight, so
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
What did you
Tom-
get? Sorry, what did you get down to? Weight wise, do
I
you know?
lost 30 kilos.
30 kilo. You would have been just skin and bone.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, how do you-
I've just been putting it back on.
How do you put it back on? Just
Pastries.
Burger King?
Pastries, that's the way.
Or
Have
is
an
it-
almond croissant every day, you'll be okay.
Or do you have to put it back on safely?
I mean, you do, and I'm trying to, but I also, I love food. I'm a foodie.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's been hard to
Now
navigate
tell me
that.
how. Now, as someone who struggled with his weight his entire life, how'd you lose 30 kilos?
Oh,
Was
no,
it
no,
Ozempic?
that's-
No,
that's-
no,
It
no,
was not
not this.
Ozempic. No. Very long process. Very meticulous.
Yeah. Were you
Beautiful
hungry? Were you
nutritionist.
hungry?
Not by
Yes,
the end.
you
Yeah,
were
you- I
hungry.
no,
He
Bob.
was miserable and hungry.
He was,
every
when
I
we were
mean-
shooting Heartbreak High season 2, the poor guy wasn't even eating any of the snacks. I was having the snacks for him.
Yeah. Now Aisha, what have you booked? What have you booked? What are you doing?
I'm actually working on music at the moment.
Okay, exciting.
I've got an EP coming out, and I've got my first single coming out in a week, which is really exciting.
Can we get you back into forget him? Let's cut the dead wood. Let him cut
See
him
you guys.
loose.
Thank you.
No,
Thomas.
no,
Thank you, Tom.
never.
No,
Don't leave me.
you got what's the music? Tell me about the music.
Well, I've got my first single coming out in a week.
Yes.
It's called Eulogy. I haven't announced that yet, but it's called Eulogy.
Okay, are
and,
we allowed to announce it now? Is
You're
that okay?
allowed to announce it
okay,
now.
Yep, great.
And I'm just really excited. I've got an EP coming out later in the year, and
Yeah.
it's the first single of the new era of music. So
Nice.
I'm really excited.
What do you love more? Can I ask? I mean, obviously everyone loves her in Heartbreak High, but
I'm definitely a musician first.
Yeah, sure.
I love them both
Yeah.
equally. I love that they kind of make the other one less insufferable
Yeah,
when I'm
no, I
like
get that.
feeling.
No, I get that.
It's nice to have two going symbiotically at once. So yeah.
And you can just wedge your music into new projects, you know? Like that's a great way to
Exactly.
I'll admit this now. I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever actually told you this, but I knew of Ayesha before we did the show because I watched her in a play called Fangirls.
Oh, good God.
But I actually had heard her music, I want to say like a year or so before meeting you. And my housemate used to listen to your music as we drove to uni. So
There you go.
And then you appeared on our chemistry read for our casting, and yeah.
That's so nice.
There you go.
So it's been a long
You
time
two are
coming.
so lovely. I
We
love you.
try.
You two are so lovely. I wish you nothing but all the best. When you're all super hugely famous, right? And when I mean, not that you're not super famous now, but when I'm talking like when I'm flying to LA and we're sitting down at like, you know, the Beverly Wilshire or something to do a junket, can you just be really nice to me?
Oh, we will. Of course we will.
No, because
Please.
you all say that, right? Let me say, everyone says, I'll be really nice to you, Smallsy. And then, oh, fuck, how quickly the tables turn. Oh, you've got 5 minutes. That's it. I'm only giving you 5
we've
minutes.
gotta get
you
to
can
LA
stay, You can
first.
stay on the couch.
Thank
for
you.
Sure.
Great. I love it. Season 2, Heartbreak High, out April 11. Trailer dropped today. It looks insane. Congratulations on
Thank
it, everything,
you.
guys.
Thank you
Thanks for
very
being
much.
on the show.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much,
it. Thank
Smallsy.
you.
Smallsy Surgery.
Is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.